Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. Today's video is sponsored by Kara's Claws. So I will be playing with her products today, which I'm really excited about. And I will be doing the gel method. We'll do some ombre, some flower nail art. And I also am answering y'all's questions that you asked me on Instagram about nails, about life, and everything in between. So I'll be using her gel base and gel top coat. Both are HEMA free and 9 free, which I truly appreciate. It shows she cares about the ingredients in her products. She also sent me over this cuticle oil called Dream On, and it really does smell so dreamy. And then these 3 shades here, which are all UV, so they change when the sun hits them. The yellow shade is called You Wish, purple is called Dream On, and this glitter here is called Not Tonight. So let's go do some nails, answer some questions, and have some fun. So I've got my cupcake liner here. I like to do the pour over method when I'm using gel products because it can move, because the gel will not harden until I cure it. So I've got my gel base here. I follow the same steps, just making sure that I do a thin, even layer across my nail, not getting this product on my skin, and then pour the powder over top. I do prefer to flash cure after each nail because I know myself and I know I will bump it. So you don't have to do that. It's totally optional, but I do like to flash cure. You'll see here I make sure that I get the powder all the way over to those sidewall areas and that there's no wet, exposed gel base. So once I'm happy with the coverage, then I tap off all of that excess powder and flash cure. So those are the same steps that I follow for the rest of my manicure. So I am going to dive straight into these questions so I can make sure I answer as many as I can. So first question is, are you a stay-at-home mom? And yes, I am. I've been a stay-at-home mom for about 7 years. And of course I have this. So this is kind of like my little side gig of being a content creator. But as many of you guys know, my husband is active duty in the military. So for our particular situation, we really wanted to make sure at least there was one stable parent home at all times, because he could be gone for days, for weeks, for months, and it changes all the time. So it made it really tricky for me to have that normal 9-to-5 job. So the next question was, how many kids do I have and do I want any more? So I have 2 girls. One is Paisley and she is 7, and one is Kinsley and she is 2. So my hands and my heart are very full. I do not want any more children. I've talked about this a little in the past, but I struggle with PCOS and I have battled infertility and having a miscarriage. It was a very low, dark time of my life, and I definitely do not want to go through that again. I am just grateful for the little miracles that I do have already, and I don't think I can be any more outnumbered than I already am when I'm by myself. Next question is Florida awesome? And it is definitely awesome. I am a born and raised Floridian. We bebopped around and moved all around the country, and we've been here in Florida for about 5 years again, and there is no shortage of things to do, whether that be the beach, theme parks. I just feel like there is always something to do within driving distance. But I will say the summers can be brutal and it gets really hot for a long time. So I do miss having seasons like when we were stationed in Virginia, but I love being stationed near family. And so yeah, definitely Florida is awesome. So next question is favorite date night restaurant. And honestly, I don't have one. We go on a date usually once a year and you're probably like, what? So I tried really, really hard to get a babysitter. I joined care.com. I asked friends of friends, and it just hasn't worked out. So usually a lot of people here have family that watch their children. On care.com, I could not get anyone to respond back to me, and I exhausted all of my resources. So basically once a year, our family comes over and watches the girls, usually around Christmas time for my husband's work party. That's about it. But I will say this weekend is our 10-year anniversary and my in-laws are coming over, so we do get to go out to dinner. So I'm really excited about that. But as far as date nights go, they're kind of non-existent at this season in our life. So next question is, what is my favorite manicure? And that is so tricky, but I would have to say this one because it was a tribute to my little rainbow baby and the baby that I hold in my heart. And even though it's not the best manicure or, anything like that as far as skills go, it's special to me. So I absolutely have to pick that one. Next question is, what nail colors are just not my colors? So I would have to say any shades that are really close to my skin tone. If it looks like I have no fingernails, it makes me look sickly. I can't with that. It's not complimenting at all. I know everybody can understand there are just certain shades that do not complement our skin tone. And for me, it's if it's too close to my skin tone and it looks like I have no fingernails. So next question is, how long have you been doing your own nails? So I've been doing dip powder nails for about 4 years or so. I started when I was in the thick of infertility. I had just suffered my miscarriage and I just really needed a way to escape my own reality. And if anybody knows those struggles, it's not just a physical toll, but it's also a mental toll. And we could not afford for me to go to the salon. We're just a one-income family, and doing my nails made me feel pretty, but it also gave me something to keep my mind busy. I was so anxious about getting pregnant and all of the doctor appointments and everything in between that my mind just played such a toll on my mental health, and this was therapeutic for me. And of course, it's blossomed into something that I would have never dreamed of, but it all started as kind of like a way to escape my own reality. So next question is, has your 5-minute journal been impactful on your daily attitude? So this is that little gratitude journal that she's talking about. And I've shared it a few times on YouTube and on Instagram, but I'm not perfect. I don't remember every single morning to do it. But when I do, I wake up before the whole school morning rush and I try to sit down with some coffee and do my journal. And it really does just take 5 minutes. It asks 4 questions, different questions every single day, and it gives a little quote. And I love it. It really does make you slow down and reshape the way you're thinking. So here's an example of a question. It says, a sight, a sound, or feeling that reminds me of why life is so amazing. Or someone whose presence makes my life sweeter. And these are just little questions that it asks every day. And it doesn't have to be a huge speech of an answer. It can just be something small, whatever your heart feels. I have gifted these to family members and to friends, and if you're committed and you really want to try and do it, I absolutely think it will make you slow down and just stop to think about the little things and the things that are most important in your life, whether that be family or your health or just anything that can make you reflect on being grateful. So real quick about nails, I'm going to do a layer of gel base on all of the nails and cure for 60 seconds. This is going to serve as kind of like an encapsulating layer, and that way I can file, shape, and buff. So next question is, when small companies send you products, do they treat you like an influencer or do they treat you like a friend? And I thought that was a good one. So it's definitely a case-by-case basis because a lot of them I actually was friends with before they started their company. So of course we are more on a friendship level, but if it's a small business that I haven't had any sort of relationship with, I do try to set the tone that it is a business. So I communicate professionally and I try to make sure that the tone of our relationship always stays like a business because I am providing a service. So whether that be content creation of some sort or, featuring them on my channel, and that is a business transaction. So I try to make sure I keep it strictly professional. So I'm going to cleanse my nails real quick with some rubbing alcohol so I can start on the top coat. I want my little flowers to be sugared, so I need to do my top coat first. So I'm going to apply a layer of the gel top coat on just my ring finger. After I cap off my edges, then I cure for a full 60 seconds. I love that her top coat is a true no wipe top coat, so I don't even have to clean it for this art. I'm going to do a little dollop of this on my gel palette here and use that for my flower art. So I'm keeping it really simple. I'm just going to use a dotting tool to do little dots as my flowers. So next question is, what tools do I use for my Reels and TikTok? So I film everything on my iPhone 11, so nothing special. It's all done on my phone. And I also edit everything on my phone. So I use the editing software called iMovie. It's a free software that you have on Apple products. I got this really inexpensive phone holder. This is what I use for filming and for my Reels and TikToks on Amazon. It's great and it's adjustable so it can go, up and down, side to side. I can't say enough great things if you're just starting out and you don't want to invest too much. I also have this ring light. It is a little bit pricey, but it's phenomenal. Very, very bright. It comes in a really nice case. I love it. So if you're struggling with your top coat peeling, so your gel top coat, try doing a layer of gel base first, cure for 60 seconds, and then gel top coat. So what can happen sometimes is you buff your nail too smooth and the gel has nothing to grab onto. But if you do a layer of gel base first, then cure, it will be tacky and it will give the gel top coat something to grab onto. Because I'm not worried about longevity for this manicure, I'm going straight in with my gel top coat. All right, next question is tips on growing out your nails and how to stop biting them. So I am not personally a nail biter, but I do know a lot of friends who are, and they swear by doing dip powder nails. So it's basically giving your nails the strength and kind of helps you kick that habit because they're gonna start growing, and obviously you can't bite through the dip powder. So definitely give dip powder a try if you struggle with biting your nails. And as far as growing them out, I also suggest dip powder for that because it will give them the strength to grow over time. I don't have any sort of miracle vitamin that I take. I truly give all credit to dip powder for giving them the strength, and of course, cuticle oil. So cure for a full 60 seconds, and then we can do our cuticle oil. So I really enjoyed using her products. I love that her top coat is a true no wipe top coat. So that means no sticky layer. When you're done, you are done. And you can see it had a really great coverage for her dip powders. I would say even a 1 coat after I poured it over top, which is kind of unheard of. So major props to that. The opacity was phenomenal. I found everything really easy to use. And I love, love, love that she cares about the ingredients in her products. So here's my finished manicure. Short nails can totally have fun too. I am summoning spring. We're just skipping past winter, y'all. We don't have time for that weather. We're just gonna go right into some fun spring colors. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, kind of getting to know me a little bit more. Please feel free to drop questions below if I missed any or you guys have any other questions. And thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Cheers to many more beautiful manis.